Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for a guest of honor. Mr. Stuart Porter, Chief Executive Officer of USAA. He will be accompanied by Mr. Richard Moxley, Chairman of the Marine Military Academy Board of Trustees, and the Superintendent of the Marine Military Academy, Colonel Robert Hill, United States Marine Corps, retired. Mr. Parker, members of the General H. L. Smith Foundation, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Corps Cadets, I'd like to extend a warm and sincere welcome to all of you who have joined us tonight for this dinner to honor our new foundation members and Mr. Parker. General Smith loved this academy and was the first person to leave with a quest. He expected the academy to grow and succeed, and we're fulfilling his dream. We as cadets are privileged to attend this school, thanks to most of those present here tonight. I thank you and promise we will not let you down. Welcome to the Marine Military Academy. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Richard Moxley, Chairman of the Board of Trustees of the Marine Military Academy.
Good evening to everyone, and to our meeting guests. Welcome to the Marine Military Academy. Thank you for being a part of our annual H. L. Smith Dinner and Award Ceremony. This is really a special occasion because it collects a wide variety of people, staff and faculty of the Academy, our meeting guests, board members, and cadet leaders who have a common interest in the Marine Military Academy and a desire to support it and to help it succeed. And for me personally, that makes this a great group of people. Because together we are providing that environment to teach, challenge, and support these great cadets, allowing them to prepare themselves for so much future success. So thank you for your support. We truly could not do it without you. MMA belongs to the Association of Military Colleges and Schools of the United States. That's a mouthful, they call it AMSIS. And at their annual meeting this year, they invited board members from a number of schools to attend. As far as I'm aware, this is the first time in their history that they've done that. But I had an opportunity to go to that meeting and interact with staff and board members from military colleges and high schools from around the United States. Now, many of those schools are older and larger than Marine Military Academy, but it was very noticeable to me that MMA's great reputation had certainly preceded me at that time. And a big part of that was because MMA's superintendent, Colonel Glenn Hill, who everyone seemed to know and respect. That was not a surprise to me, but I thought you'd like to hear it, so I thought I would share it. And speaking of Colonel Hill, I want to tell you a story. 23 years ago, after he retired from the Marine, he came down here to Arlington to be assistant to a retired Marine he had previously worked with. His old boss asked him to consider joining the staff at the Colonel Hill had other plans. Some of you know that Marine officers can be very persuasive and very persistent. And so Colonel Hill agreed, after even more persistence and persuasion from his old boss, to come down to MMA for 1 year and step into the role just until they could find somebody else. Well, that was 23 years ago, and Colonel Hill has been part of the Marine Military Academy ever since then. In those intervening years, Colonel Hill has been a steady is leaving MMA with a tremendous gift of a school that is in great shape financially, academically, and militarily, thanks to his leadership and dedication. Please join me in thanking Colonel Will for his long service to MSD. Thank you again for being here. I hope you enjoyed this evening.
Tonight we will induct Master Sergeant Michael Kraus, United States Marine Corps retired. Now, Sergeant Kraus, would you please come up? Master Sergeant Kraus originally hails from Camden, New Jersey. Following graduation from boot camp at MCRD Paris, he was assigned military occupational specialty as an administrator. Over his 20-plus years of active duty, he served in a variety of Marine Corps operational, reserve, and station billets. While serving with the Marine Corps Helicopter Squadron 162, he was pulled out of the office and assigned the additional duty and was certified as an aerial gunner. His helicopter squadron was part of the 22nd Marine Expeditionary Unit, and he participated in the first helicopter flights during the evacuation operations in Portland, Liberia. Master Sergeant Kraus retired from the Marine Corps in 1993. He came right here, matter of fact, the 4th of July. So he came here, and he came as the drill instructor in Bravo Company. That was back when there was only one drill instructor in each company, and there were about 75 cadets in each barracks. It was quite a job. He and Mary, they cared for help me here. They oversaw, they guided the cadets that were under them, literally hundreds of them. After 9 years in barracks, was that enough, Mary? That was a lot, wasn't it? Master Sergeant Kraus was made the operations chief here at the Academy. He was responsible for training schedules, cadet schedules, plans of the day, keeping all the meticulous records that are required by the Marine Corps JRTC program. And during the time that he has done that, every year we have been inspected by the Training and Education Command of the Marine Corps. And every year, because of Michael Kraus, the Marine Military Academy has gotten an outstanding on that inspection. Michael, it is a great privilege and honor for me to induct you as a General Agent Smith College. And ask you please make the presentation. Help with the next induction. Jody, would you come up here and help me, please? Our next inductee is a native Texan with roots that go back to the swamps of Louisiana. She attended Lamar State College of Technology with the plan that one day she was going to go into education. But that plan took a turn when she married a Marine. For the next 30 years, there were two magnets that were prominent on her refrigerator. One of them said, "Home is where the Corps sends you." And the other one said, "There's no harder job in the Corps than being married to a Marine." For over 30 years, she crisscrossed the United States, making about 14 different moves. She raised 2 children. She volunteered. She sang in chapel choirs. She kept the home fires burning during long deployments and separations. In 1996, she found herself, quite unexpectedly, at the Marine Military Academy in South Texas. Since arriving here, she's become involved with the community. She's volunteered at her church. She sang in the choir. And MMA, she's volunteered at the museum gift shop, worked in the college room, helped out in the library, attended parades and receptions, and represented MMA across the country. She most enjoys associating with the cadets, the members of the MMA family, and she has been very diligent at mastering the highly technical and skilled job or art of playing Wonka. It is a especially great honor and privilege for me to induct my wife and best friend, Jody Gill. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a round of applause for the Marine Military Academy 2000. This time I would like to ask our chairman of the board and MMA alumni, Richard Moxley, to come introduce our distinguished speaker.
Good evening again. It's my privilege to introduce to you our guest speaker and recipient of the Iwo Jima Leadership Award. Our guest speaker is what you might call a modern-day Renaissance man because he has served in the military, he's highly educated, and he's now a business leader. MMA has been awarding the Iwo Jima Leadership Award for 13 years. The Leadership Award is presented to individuals who have distinguished themselves in the fields of business, public service, and the military. Over the last 13 years, this award has gone to individuals including former U.S. Secretary of State George Shultz, U.S. Senator Kay Bailey Hutchison, Texas Governor Rick Perry, and General James Conway of the 34th Commandant of the Marine Corps. But I do not think we have been so honored to have an individual from the business world with all of this guest's pedigrees of service and leadership. It's both an honor and a privilege to be able to introduce to you a role model, a leader, a man of distinction, Mr. Stuart Parker. Mr. Parker is the Chief Executive Officer of USAA, a position he has held since 2015. Now, if you're from a military family, or even if you're not, you're probably familiar with USAA. The company provides insurance, banking, and financial services to nearly 13 million members, some of whom I'm sure sure are in this room. USAA is a Fortune 100 company, and it has its headquarters in Texas, right here in San Antonio. Prior to his business career, Mr. Parker served for 10 years in the U.S. Air Force as a military aviator. He attended the Euro-NATO Joint Jet Pilot Training Program at Shepherd Air Force Base in Texas. After receiving his wings, he was selected as an instructor pilot for the T-38 Talon and became a wing flight examiner. He flew C-141s during Desert Shield, Desert Storm, and as an instructor aircraft commander at Charleston Air Force Base in South Carolina. His final assignment was at the T-38 Pilot Instructor Training School on Randolph Air Force Base in San Antonio. He held various staff positions at the Air Training Command's headquarters. Mr. Parker is a well-educated man. He earned his BA in Business Administration from Valdosta State University in Georgia and was a distinguished graduate of the Air Force ROTC program. He also recognizes the value of a military school education, having attended Marion Military Institute in Marion, Alabama, my home state. In addition, he has an MBA in Finance from St. Mary's University in San Antonio and is a certified financial planner. Not leading USAA, he serves on the board of directors of FM Global, one of the world's largest commercial and industrial property insurers, and CECB, a CDO-led coalition that helps companies focus on social responsibility. He is married to Veronica, a former Air Force nurse, and they have one daughter who serves in the U.S. Coast Guard. Please help me in welcoming our 2019 Iwo Jima Leadership recipient, Mr. Stuart Parker.
Well, thank you very much, Richard. It's a pleasure to be here. Colonel Hill, Colonel Dowling, and also Bob Bruce, one of my dear friends from San Antonio. I am so impressed and so amazed at what I've seen today. Marine Military Academy is one of the finest institutions I've had the pleasure to visit. One of the things that Richard didn't talk about on my resume was that when I was in high school, I was the cadet wing commander of my junior ROTC cadet. And it was that basis that really launched not only my military career, but my business career as well. You know, throughout my career, I've noticed that it's those individuals that really dedicate themselves to others that succeed the most. And so I'm asking all the cadets here, while you're at Marine Military Academy, savor the moment. Enjoy this time with your friends. If you have any kind of conflict, any kind of cracks in your relationships, make sure you take care of them before you graduate. Because I can promise you, sometime in the future, you will cross paths. That recently happened to me. Now, when I graduated from college and when I graduated from pilot training, I had graduation speakers. And I remember some of that advice, some of it, candidly, I have forgotten. But I want to share with you a couple of things that really resonate with me. One, call mom. Make sure that you pick up the phone and you call her and let her know how much you're thinking about her and how much you care about her. It's those small nuggets to make sure that you reinforce that support system that is behind the scenes cheering for you while when you have time, text your dad as well. Now, as the dad of a Coast Guard Academy cadet, I really relish those text messages every week. I ask my daughter, I know you're busy in academics and in military training and in physical training, but if you could please just gather a couple of seconds and send me a note, I would really appreciate it. Because what you may not understand that as a cadet, your valuable currency is your time. And if you're willing to share it with those that love you the most, you'll go a long, long way. Now, the second lesson that I think is critical is living by your core values. You see, a Fortune 100 company, we are not bottom line driven. In fact, we worry more about the culture of our company than anything else. Honesty, integrity, loyalty, service. That is the core of who we are. It's how we treat each other, it's how we treat our members, and it is truly the foundation of our success. You see, in life, we all build our reputation. And what you learn later in life is that your reputation will precede you and it will follow you. Now, going back to when I was in college, I recently had someone that noticed that I was the CEO of USAA. And he reached out to me and said, do you remember when we were working on that project and how hard we were working to make sure that we got it ahead? You see, my reputation, almost 35 years ago, is still sticking to me. So make sure that every action that you have resembles the person that you want to be. Now, Richard talked about me going to school and becoming a certified financial planner. So I've got some free financial advice. So take it for what it's worth. Now, I grew up in a working class family. Myself and my brothers, we all had to work during middle school and high school, and even in college to help support our family. And when I was finally commissioned as a second lieutenant, I was making more money than I had ever seen before. But a very close friend said that his dad gave him some wonderful advice. He said, save your flight pay, because it's just a bonus anyway. So I started doing that. And eventually, I decided that I wanted to save at least 10% of everything that I made. Now, fast forward 10 years later, I unexpectedly was medically retired from the Air Force and had to reinvent myself. But guess what? I had the opportunity to decide what I wanted to do because I had that money saved up. I had that cushion. So instead of taking just the first job available, I went back to school, got my master's in business administration, and was able to start a career at USAA. You see, that cushion made a difference in my life. And then when my daughter, who was a senior in high school last year, started looking at colleges, we knew that she was able to go to any college that she wanted to because for the previous 18 years, we had been saving money for her college. And that allowed us to give her that freedom to go wherever she wanted. So please, whenever you start making money, save 10% and stay within your means. Now, a final lesson I learned on leadership. You must strive to become a servant leader. You see, people think that when you're at the top of an organization, that everybody serves you. It's exactly the opposite. The higher you're in an organization, the more it is required that you serve others. You're there to help them, to make others successful. And what we learned in the military is when you come back from the field, the first people that get a hot meal are the junior enlisted. Those that are the lowest rank. You demonstrate to them that you care about them. And you know what you get in return? You get loyalty, you get respect, you get dedication, and you get high performance. Now, as you continue in your career, by the way, I'm sure every cadet that's going to graduate here is going to be highly successful. And you will be tempted to have a big ego. As a pilot, I had a big ego. Well, what I learned very quickly is that humility goes a long, long way. When you let people know that you don't always have the right answers, when you let people know that you're willing to listen to their thoughts and ideas, again, you build followership. And so it's my hope that those that graduate this year go on to very successful careers, whether it be in the military, business, or public service. And for those cadets that have a couple more years in front of you, I hope you have a great summer and you come back refreshed and ready to get it. Go on.
Tonight we are very honored to present the Iwo Jima Leadership Award to Mr. Stuart Parker.
I've got to say something. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please remain standing for the flag of the United States Air Force and remain standing for the flag of the Marine Stamp?